Log on to the admissions decision page using the login information provided by the admissions office to complete your application. Select the housing link, which will take you to the housing application. Select the undergraduate academic year application under the Application tab. Click Save and Continue in order to begin your application. After clicking Save and Continue on the Welcome page, you have officially started your application. If you are applying with a requested roommate, both of you must complete this step before beginning the roommate request process.
Complete your personal details, including a username of your choosing. If you indicate that you have a medical need that impacts your housing assignment, you must submit the Request for Medical Accommodation form. You will be contacted by Student Disability Services regarding the accommodation decision.
Fill in your lifestyle profile regarding your personal habits. If interested, submit your roommate request. Click on Search for Roommates by Details in order to make your request. In order to find your roommate, he or she must have completed the welcome step. One roommate will act as the requester and will enter the other roommate's information in the fields available on the Search for Roommates link. When requesting a roommate, the last name, first name, and username must all match exactly what your requested roommate entered on his or her application. Once a roommate request is successfully sent, the student's name will appear under Requested Roommates. At this time, the other student will be able to log into their application and accept the roommate request. Once the roommate accepts the roommate request, the student's name will be listed under Accepted Roommates. Neither roommate should submit their application without confirming that the other roommate has applied and completed the roommate step. If your requested roommate is of a different gender, you cannot enter that request here. You will be asked to provide this information on the additional questions step after indicating that you are interested in gender-neutral housing. You may select up to 2 residential programs. You are able to select up to 4 room preferences in the quad, and residential programs in the quad count towards that total. Room type preference is not guaranteed, and you may be assigned to any available room type in the program. If required, you will need to complete an essay for each residential program you apply for. You may cut and paste your essay from another document. Select your room type preferences. You must select 6 non-program room type preferences. If you are applying for residential programs, please note that any residential programs in the quad will count towards the total of 4 preferences allowed for quad room types. You can request up to 2 additional residential programs. This step is optional, and these preferences will only be considered if none of your other preferences are available. You will need to indicate if you are interested in gender-neutral housing, meaning your assignment will be made without consideration of birth gender. Students that indicate they are interested in gender-neutral housing, if assigned to a shared space, will be assigned a room with another student requesting a gender-neutral assignment. If you select yes to gender-neutral housing, you will be contacted by the Housing Assignments Office in order to confirm this selection. If you are under the age of 18, written consent must be provided by a parent or guardian no later than May 1st. If you do not confirm and/or are under 18 and do not submit parental permission, you will be assigned based on your birth gender. Applicants that are interested in gender-neutral housing and have a specific roommate request must enter it here. When requesting a roommate, the first name, last name, and username must match exactly what your requested roommate has entered on his or her application. Review your application summary, making sure that all the information is correct. Read and accept the occupancy agreement. This is your housing contract, and this step is required in order to complete your application. If you decide you do not want to sign your occupancy agreement, you should cancel your application. You may change or cancel your application before submitting, but once you click Submit, your application is complete and no changes can be made. Once you have submitted your application, the application status page will reflect that your application is complete. It is important to submit your application by May 1st in order to be included in the first round of room assignments. You will be notified in early June by email when your room assignment is available.